Having just bought my daughter's Sunny Valley Private Preschool, my 5-year-old daughter suddenly knelt before me after school. "Daddy, please don't send me to Sunny Valley Private Preschool, anymore. I don't want to go to school." I asked her why, but she just cried and shook her head, afraid to speak. Sensing something was wrong, I rolled up her sleeve and found her arm covered in tiny needle marks. I trembled with rage, took a photo, and posted it in the Sunny Valley Private Preschool, parents group, demanding, "Who did this?" A person listed as Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad arrogantly replied, "I told my son to do it." Then, he posted 2 pictures. One was a wedding photo of him and my wife. The other was a photo of me, my daughter, and my wife. "You shameless gold digger, daring to steal my wife and have an illegitimate daughter?" I was being nice, not letting my son beat that little bastard to death. The parents group instantly exploded, filled with insults directed at me and my daughter. Even Mrs. Davis, the homeroom teacher, specifically tagged Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad. "Ethan Miller did a great job. I'm going to give him a gold star tomorrow." Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad sent a smug emoji and tagged me, taunting, "My wife bought Sunny Valley Private Preschool. It's my house now. If you have a problem with it, come find me. I'll be waiting for you at Sunny Valley Private Preschool. As I drove my daughter to Sunny Valley Private Preschool, I sent a message to the office's legal department, "Draw up divorce papers according to the prenuptial agreement, leaving Jennifer Smith with nothing. Also, my daughter has been assaulted. Get people over here immediately. I want them to pay a heavy price. That spendthrift woman is using my money to support a gigolo and an illegitimate child. She's gone too far." 1. After arriving at Sunny Valley Private Preschool, with my daughter, I saw Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad standing at the entrance as soon as I exited the luxury car. A group of other parents surrounded him. "Mr. Miller, you're too low-key. If this hadn't happened, we wouldn't have known Global Enterprises Incorporated was yours." "That's right, your wife is the CEO of Global Enterprises Incorporated. She just straight up bought this elite private preschool. No wonder I thought you had an extraordinary aura the first time I saw you. So this is the domineering presence of being a rich man. We're here today to support you. We're all decent people. We can't let that kind of low-down gold digger bully you." Exactly. What good can the genes of a gold digger be? Ethan Miller is doing the community a service at such a young age. Mrs. Thompson, the Sunny Valley Private Preschool, as principal, also fawned over Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad in a low voice. "Mr. Miller, what dishes does Ethan Miller like to eat? You can tell me later, and we'll adjust Sunny Valley Private Preschool's meals to Ethan Miller's taste." Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad held his head high, enjoying the flattery from the parents and the principal, like a proud rooster. After Jennifer Smith and I got married, she always said she wanted to build a career of her own. I paid for her to start a boutique store, beauty salon, yoga studio, and so on. But without exception, they all went bankrupt. But she became more and more courageous. After failing to start a business, she said she wanted to start a business and become a female CEO. So I handed over the smallest Global Enterprises Incorporated under my name to her to manage. This acquisition of my daughter's Sunny Valley Private Preschool, was just something I asked her to handle for me. I never expected it would become Mr. Mill or Ethan's dad's capital for showing off and being flattered. When they saw me arrive, the parents who had been eagerly fawning over him instantly frowned and glared at me with disgust, as if I were some disgusting filth. Mrs. Thompson walked straight up to me and said coldly, "Lily's dad, I'm officially informing you that Lily Smith is expelled from today. I stared at Mrs. Thompson and said coldly, "My daughter was beaten in your Sunny Valley private preschool, and instead of seeking justice for her, you want to expel her?" Mrs. Thompson said disapprovingly, "This is an elite private preschool. Whose child can study here if they are not rich or noble? Lily Smith, an illegitimate daughter who can't be seen in the light of day, will only ruin the reputation of our Sunny Valley private preschool, if she continues to stay here." My face darkened, and I said sternly, "I advise you to investigate clearly, who exactly is the illegitimate child?" As soon as I finished speaking, Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad suddenly walked up to me. He punched me hard in the face. "You gold digger affair partner, how dare you act tough in front of me? You think that raising an illegitimate daughter will allow you to seize my family's assets?" The sudden punch stunned me. The other parents also pointed at me and mocked me unscrupulously. "Looking so handsome, what can't you do? But you just have to hook up with a rich woman to be an affair partner? You've disgraced men." Some people are honest on the surface, but who knows how cheap they are behind the scenes. As soon as they see a rich woman, they get horny and can't wait to kneel and walk. A gold digger is the shame of men, and a gold digger's child deserves to die even more. The crowd's discussions and denunciations attracted many onlookers, who pointed at me. Some people even took out their mobile phones to take pictures and videos of me, spitting at me. I took off my million-dollar coat and threw it into the trash can. Then I faced Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad. "First, you instigated your son to abuse my daughter, and now you're attacking me in public. Who gave you the courage to be so lawless?" Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad said arrogantly, "It's only natural to beat an affair partner and an illegitimate daughter. Besides, my wife is the CEO of Global Enterprises Incorporated, not to mention that I'm just beating you, these low-down father and daughter. What if I want your lives?" The other parents echoed one after another. "If you hadn't been an affair partner to destroy other people's marriage, would Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad have beaten you? You brought it on yourself. You're a male affair partner who eats soft rice. Shouldn't you tuck your tail between your legs and leave when you see the real husband? You're still deliberately provoking him here. It's light to just punch you." That's right. You're addicted to seducing women, aren't you? Who are you pretending to be a noble victim for? We're not those simple and easily deceived women. Even the onlookers started cursing at me. Each one cursed more harshly than the last. Now, Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad became even more energetic. He looked at the luxury car behind me and suddenly his eyes flashed with anger. "You animal, you don't feel bad spending my wife's money, do you? You're even driving a Rolls-Royce. Are you worthy of driving this car, you gold digger? I hate affair partners the most. No matter male or female, all affair partners in the world deserve to die." As he spoke, he took out a key and forcefully scratched a few large characters on my car. "Affair partner deserves to die." I glanced at the conspicuous words and said coldly, "You will soon realize how ironic these words are." Hearing me say this, Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad immediately exploded with anger. "You animal, you live by spending my woman's money, and you're still acting like you're all that. Today I'm going to Mac. You spit out all the money you cheated from my wife." As he spoke, he picked up a brick from the roadside and smashed it hard against my car. The car windows, headlights, and hood, he didn't let anything go. Seeing this, the other parents also seemed to have been injected with chicken blood, and they picked up handy tools and smashed my car with all their might. After smashing the car windows, they even got into the car and frantically scratched the car seats and interior. The originally clean and tidy luxury car was instantly smashed into a pile of scrap metal by them. At this time, one of the parents smashed open the trunk and exclaimed, "Look, he's hiding a lot of good stuff in his trunk." Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad approached and casually took out a piece of artwork, disdainfully saying, "A gold digger who relies on licking women to make money is doing collections here, pretending to be elegant? It's a blasphemy for this artwork to be collected by a low-down gold digger like you. Trash like you only deserves to own trash. After saying that, he directly tore up the artwork in front of me. After tearing it up, he threw it on the ground and stomped on it hard. A knowledgeable onlooker carefully observed the artwork and exclaimed, "This seems to be Leonardo da Vinci's original work." I heard that the starting price at the auction is $300 million. Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad said confidently, "So what if it's $300 million? Isn't it all my wife's money anyway? My wife's money is my money. What's wrong with me tearing up my things?" These words left me speechless. Not to mention that Jennifer Smith is just a spendthrift who spends money like water, not to mention that the boutique store kept going bankrupt before. Even if I handed over Global Enterprises Incorporated to her to manage, it was also because of her lack of ability that the company's market value lost nearly half of its value. If it weren't for the fact that she was my wife, I would have fired her long ago. But Our Miller/Ethan's dad and the parents at the scene all regarded her as an outstanding female CEO. Everyone respected her very much. With Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad taking the lead in tearing up the artwork, the other parents were not to be outdone. They all frantically tore and smashed the collections in my trunk. These collections were all bought by me at high prices from auctions, and before I had time to place them, they were destroyed by them. Looking at this group of lawless madmen, I silently took out my mobile phone. "Why haven't you arrived yet? You must appear in front of me within 5 minutes." Before the other end of the phone could respond, one of the parents suddenly snatched my mobile phone and smashed it hard on the ground. "You still want to call someone? You gold digger who can't even make it to the stage. Where do you get the nerve? You're putting on an act. Do you think you're some big shot? Are you going to call a group of your rich sugar mummies to crush us to death?" Ha ha ha. The parents started laughing arrogantly again, mocking me wantonly. I looked at the shattered mobile phone on the ground and said coldly, "I hope you can still laugh so happily later." After saying that, I looked at Mrs. Thompson and asked, "My daughter was bullied at Sunny Valley Private Preschool. Sunny Valley Private Preschool, you should also know about it, right?" Mrs. Thompson glared at me disdainfully. "So what if I know? The inferior genes of a low-down affair partner are the garbage of society. Ethan Miller is just cleaning up garbage. What's wrong with that?" Hearing this, the parents present all applauded and cheered. As expected of Mrs. Thompson, she handles things fairly and justly, and hits the nail on the head. That's right, this is an elite private preschool, not just any Tom, Dick, or Harry can get in. Does an affair partner's daughter still need to study? Why don't you teach her how to serve rich men from an early age? Anyway, you rely on his to make a living. Maybe your daughter can surpass you and climb to even richer sugar daddies. Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad became even more rampant. "See? This is the end of being a gold digger. You low-down father and daughter are destined to live at the bottom of society for the rest of your lives, hated by everyone." The scene was full of curses directed at me, and the onlookers were also hurling various insults and abuse. The more fiercely everyone cursed me, the more intense the smile on Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad's face became. Mrs. Thompson took the opportunity to flatter Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad and said, "Mr. Miller, to be honest, I've been the principal of this Sunny Valley Private Preschool, for 5 years, but my annual salary has never increased. Now that you and your wife are the chairpersons, if you're satisfied with how I handle things today, can my annual salary be?" Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad crossed his arms and replied arrogantly, "Don't worry, I'm very satisfied with your performance today. I'll triple your annual salary." Mrs. Thompson immediately smiled so widely that her mouth couldn't close. "Then thank you first, Mr. Miller." "Mr. Miller, my wife has also cooperated with Global Enterprises Incorporated before. Can you give priority to my family when it comes to Global Enterprises Incorporated's orders in the future?" My company is also preparing to switch industries. I hope to have the opportunity to cooperate with Global Enterprises Incorporated in the future. Mr. Miller, this is an unlimited shopping card for my family's shopping mall. Please accept it. I only hope that our two families can interact more in the future. For a time, the parents scrambled, using all their means, and flattered Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad in every possible way. Some people even directly took out their bank cards and stuffed them into Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad's pocket. Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad enjoyed it very much, exuding arrogance all over his body. He raised his chin and walked up to me, haughtily saying, "See? This is the power of money and power. A gold digger like you who can't make it to the stage is only worthy of serving women hard for the rest of your life, waiting for women to reward you with a few scraps. And I, the real husband, can enjoy the glory that you can never hope to achieve. I'll give you one day to get out of this city with your lowly daughter, and if I ever see you pestering my wife again, I'll bury that little bastard you gave birth to alive." Hearing this, my daughter trembled and hid in my arms. "Daddy, I'm so scared, my feet hurt so much." There was endless fear and pain in my daughter's voice. I took off my daughter's little leather boots and saw that she was missing a toe. The bloody wound was shocking. Even her little leather boots were filled with blood. My heart was instantly pierced, my eyes were red, and I couldn't stop crying. I couldn't imagine how my always delicate and pain-fearing daughter had endured the pain and persevered until now without saying a word. I glared fiercely at Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad. "Did your son do this too?" Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad glanced at me and said indifferently, "What's the big deal?" I was being nice, not letting my son directly take this little bastard's life. As soon as he finished speaking, I punched him hard in the face. This punch was filled with all my anger and strength. Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad staggered backwards. Just as I was about to continue, one of the parents suddenly kicked me. The other parents also swarmed towards me, punching and kicking me. "You damn gold digger, how dare you attack Mr. Miller? You're tired of living. That's right, your bastard hasn't died yet. Are you in such a hurry to die? It's that bastard's blessing to be taught a lesson by young Master Ethan Miller. What good can your inferior genes produce? Even if you're beaten to death, you deserve it." Even Mrs. Thompson kicked me indignantly. "Dawn T hit my daddy," my daughter cried, trying to stop them. But a chubby little boy kicked her to the ground. Seeing this, Mrs. Thompson patted the chubby little boy's head and praised him with a smile. "Ethan Miller has known how to punish evil and promote good since he was a child. He's great. I'm going to praise you in front of the whole school tomorrow and give you an award." Ethan Miller squinted his eyes and smiled. "Humph, this is what I should do. I'll beat this little bastard every time I see her in the future." I was beaten to the ground, trembling with anger, and roared angrily, "You will regret it." Hearing this, everyone laughed as if they had heard the biggest joke in the world. Did I hear wrong? A gold digger dares to make such a bold statement? Laughing to death. Does this trash think he's someone important? Mr. Miller is sitting on the entire Global Enterprises Incorporated. Crushing this guy is like crushing an ant. This gold digger can't do anything to us, so he can only be impotently furious. Ha ha ha. It's so embarrassing. If I were him, I would have killed myself long ago. The parents held me firmly to the ground, mocking and humiliating me unscrupulously. The onlookers also criticized me wantonly, spitting at me non-stop. Under the support of the crowd, Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad stepped forward and stepped on my face, saying fiercely, "Regret? Okay, I've never regretted anything in my life. I'm just waiting to see how you, this piece of trash, can make me regret it." As soon as he finished speaking, hundreds of luxury cars drove up in a long line and stopped at the entrance of Sunny Valley Private Preschool. Sunny Valley Private Preschool. Then, one by one, men in suits and leather shoes quickly and orderly got out of the cars. The huge formation alarmed everyone. The noisy scene instantly fell into silence. Those parents who were holding me down all let go, stood up straight, and looked over there. Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad also retracted his FOT, and his eyes focused on the luxury car fleet. I quickly got up and helped my daughter, who had fallen to the ground. Under the gaze of everyone, a man in a suit walked to the lead car and respectfully opened the car door. Then, Jennifer Smith, wearing a custom-made dress, slowly walked out of the car. She was slender, had silky curly hair, and had a beautiful appearance and noble temperament, which immediately attracted the attention of everyone present. "Isn't that Miss Jennifer, the CEO of Global Enterprises Incorporated?" "Yes, it's her. She deserves to be called the Ice Queen CEO, even her entrance has such a grand presence. The key is that she's so beautiful and rich, no wonder that Gold Digger would shamelessly flatter her." Amid everyone's envious exclamations, Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad triumphantly stepped forward and took Jennifer Smith's hand. "Honey, why are you here?" Jennifer Smith smiled dotingly at him. "Didn't you say you had a dispute with someone at Sunny Valley Private Preschool?" "Sunny Valley Private Preschool? Of course, I'm here to support you and our son." Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad smiled triumphantly, his eyes shining. "Really? So no matter who has a dispute with me, you will stand by my side?" Jennifer Smith said without hesitation, "Of course, you and our son are my darlings. I won't let go of anyone who bullies you." Seeing Jennifer Smith resolutely stand up for him, Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad smiled even more brightly. The other parents were extremely envious. "Look how loving those two are. They're a match made in heaven." "That's right. I don't know where some people get the nerve to even dare to destroy other people's marriages." The key is that the Gold Digger even provoked Mr. Miller. He's overestimating himself. Miss Jennifer is about to stand up for Mr. Miller. I'll see how that Gold Digger can continue to be arrogant. Amid the discussions of the crowd, Ethan Miller rushed out of the crowd and hugged Jennifer Smith. "Mom." "My." Jennifer Smith squatted down and picked up Ethan Miller. "Good boy. Did your dad say you were bullied at Sunny Valley Private Preschool?" "Sunny Valley Private Preschool?" Ethan Miller smiled proudly, his eyes squeezed into slits by the fat on his face. "Yes, there was a little bastard. I almost got pushed over by her when I was hitting her. But then I taught her a good lesson, and I even cut off her toe." Jennifer Smith pinched Ethan Miller's chubby face and smiled with satisfaction. "You taught her well. My precious son is so amazing. In the future, if anyone dares to fight back, you beat her hard, no matter how hard you hit her. Mommy will take care of the rest, okay?" Ethan Miller nodded heavily. "Okay, Mommy." That's a good boy." After praising Ethan Miller, Jennifer Smith turned her gaze to Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad. "Quickly take me to see, who is it that's so reckless, daring to provoke my Jennifer Smith's son?" Hearing this, Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad immediately led Jennifer Smith past the crowded crowd, pointed at me and my daughter, and said loudly, "Honey, it's this shameless, low-down father and daughter." My first meeting with Jennifer Smith was one night. It was raining heavily that day, and I was driving home. The rain was heavy, the night was dark, and my vision was impaired. Jennifer Smith suddenly appeared in front of my car, catching me off guard. I slammed on the brakes, but still hit her. Seeing her flying several feet away, I was dumbfounded. I quickly got out of the car, thinking of taking her to the hospital. But she braced herself, slowly got up, and said to me that she was okay. Then, without looking back, she left. Watching her limp and disappear into the rainy night, my heart was inexplicably touched. That was the first time I had seen such a special woman. So I tried every means to investigate everything about her, until I found out that she was working at my dad's office. I was extremely happy in my heart. I thought this was fate. So that day, I sneaked into my dad's office as an intern. Seeing me appear at the office, Jennifer Smith's eyes clearly showed a hint of surprise. At that time, I learned that Jennifer Smith was also an intern, and she had just arrived not long ago. She always wore large black-rimmed glasses, dressed plainly, behaved well, and had clear and harmless eyes. The first impression she gave was that she was cute. But she worked very hard and seriously. She said that she had grown up in the countryside since she was a child, was used to suffering, and had no talent, so she could only rely on perseverance and hard work, hoping that hard work could make up for her shortcomings. She was the most hardworking intern at the office, and no matter what time it was, I could always see her sitting in front of the computer, concentrating on her work. Her perseverance and seriousness made me like her even more. She was originally facing dismissal because she hadn't made any achievements, but with my behind-the-scenes manipulation, she was promoted to a regular employee ahead of schedule. She was very happy that day, and her whole person exuded radiance and became energetic. After being promoted to a regular employee, she devoted herself to her work even more diligently. I admired her perseverance and unwillingness to admit defeat. Under my intentional contact, I gradually became acquainted with her. Only after getting familiar with her did I realize that this seemingly dull and wooden Jennifer Smith also had a mischievous, cute, gentle, and considerate side. She would share half of her breakfast with me when I didn't have breakfast. She would carefully bring me hot water and give me stomach medicine when I had a stomachache. She would tell me jokes to make me happy when I was feeling down. Being with her, I always felt relaxed and comfortable. Even if we didn't say anything, her presence could make me feel at ease. However, breaking through the boundaries of friendship had to start with a chance encounter at a coffee shop. That day, I was normally lining up to place an order at the coffee shop. A woman in front of me suddenly pointed at me and cursed me, saying that I touched her butt. At that time, everyone in the coffee shop was looking at me with strange eyes. I argued with reason, but no one believed me. Due to the angle, the surveillance also did not capture the key details. Everyone was righteously indignant and said they would take me to the police station. Just when I was unable to defend myself, Jennifer Smith suddenly stood up with her mobile phone. She said that she had just happened to be recording a selfie in the back and had captured that scene. The video showed that I had never touched that woman from beginning to end. Afterwards, the woman fled in shame. Everyone who had just accused me was apologizing to me. At that moment, I looked at Jennifer Smith. Suddenly, I felt that she was blooming with a strange brilliance, making me unable to take my eyes off her. Later, I confessed my love to her. She gladly accepted me. And that's how we started dating. During our relationship, I always treated her as an ordinary person. I took her to see movies, stroll on the streets, visit parks, and have fun at amusement parks. The days were simple and happy. Later, I took Jennifer Smith to see my dad. Knowing that I was the son of the richest man, Jennifer Smith seemed nervous and restrained. My dad did not look down on her rural background and stated on the spot that he didn't care about matching families, because no matter how rich, no one could be richer than my house/home. He had only one request. That was, the other party must love me wholeheartedly. To this, Jennifer Smith solemnly promised that she would only love me alone in her life. She also took the initiative to propose signing a prenuptial agreement, and if she ever had a second thought about me or did anything to betray me, she would leave with nothing. I was deeply touched by her pure love. After the wedding, Jennifer Smith was always very good to me, gentle and careful. She took care of me in every possible way within her power. To support her dreams, I tried every means to give her all my support, and even specially handed over the grandeur group to her to manage. I only hoped that she would be happy. Although the company was mismanaged by her, I never had the slightest complaint against her. I was thinking with all my heart that as long as our family of 3 could live a good life, as long as she could love me and my daughter wholeheartedly, nothing else mattered. For so many years, I had been immersed in the devoted character that Jennifer Smith had created. I once thought she was a good wife and a good mother. Thinking about it now, I only feel ironic and ridiculous. When the facts that had been hidden for many years were exposed, the moment Jennifer Smith's gaze met my eyes, her face turned pale, and her whole body froze. The hand that was holding Ethan Miller also instantly lost strength. Ethan Miller, who was smug, was suddenly let go and fell to the ground, eating dirt. "Mommy, what are you doing?" Ethan Miller lay on the ground and cried loudly. Mr. Miller/Ethan's dad lovingly picked him up and explained gently, "Ethan Miller, don't cry. Your mommy must be too angry after seeing the person who bullied you. She can't wait to stand up for you." Hearing this, the parents who were watching nodded repeatedly. "Look, Miss Jennifer's face is pale. She must be furious." "Who says it isn't?" Miss Jennifer must have been seduced and deceived to fall for that gold digger. Now that she knows that the gold digger is bullying her husband and son, she must be furious. That's right. Who can allow their family to be bullied? That low-down gold digger has probably touched Miss Jennifer's bottom line. He's finished today. Quickly take out your mobile phones and record it. There's going to be a good show to watch soon. Everyone was excited and waiting for Jennifer Smith's next reaction. But Jennifer Smith seemed paralyzed, frozen in place. Seeing Jennifer Smith's delayed reaction, Ethan's dad suddenly looked enlightened. "Honey, I know he's the gold digger you're keeping on the side. You don't have to hide it from me. Don't worry, as long as you punish him properly this time and promise me you won't get entangled with him again, I'll forgive you. Okay, now you can discipline him however you want." Ethan's dad thought he had said these words considerately and generously, and Jennifer Smith would let go and stand up for him after hearing them. But Jennifer Smith still stood there, staring blankly at David Smith. No one noticed that Jennifer Smith's forehead was covered in cold sweat. Just then, Lily Smith suddenly stepped forward and took Jennifer Smith's hand. She looked at Jennifer Smith with her watery eyes, puzzled. "Mommy, why do other kids call you Mommy too?" Before Jennifer Smith could react, Ethan Miller suddenly stepped forward and pushed Lily Smith away. "You little bastard, you're not allowed to call my mommy that. Looks like the lesson I taught you today was too light. You dare to steal mommy from me? I'm going to beat you to death today." With that, Ethan Miller raised his fist to hit his daughter again. Jennifer Smith, who had been stunned all along, finally reacted, grabbed Ethan Miller, and threw him to the ground. "Shut up!" Ethan Miller was thrown to the ground by Jennifer Smith. His elbow scraped the ground, breaking the skin and drawing blood. Immediately, Ethan Miller's pig-like wails echoed throughout the scene. Ethan's dad immediately picked up Ethan Miller, comforted him with a few words of heartache, and then roared at Jennifer Smith, "Jennifer, what are you doing? What did Ethan do wrong? Why did you push him for a bastard? Or is our son less important in your heart than that gold digger's bastard? What's so good about that gold digger that he can bewitch why? Oh, you like this?" Ethan's dad asked Jennifer Smith 4 questions in a row out of anger. But Jennifer Smith turned a deaf ear and just squatted down next to Lily Smith, asking carefully, "Lily, are you okay? Are you hurt?" Faced with Jennifer Smith's nervousness and concern, the daughter, who was always clingy to her mom, backed away in fear. Like a frightened kitten, she shrank into David Smith's arms, looking at Jennifer Smith warily. Seeing this, Jennifer Smith's face suddenly turned very ugly, with an expression as if she had eaten shit. Just then, a black van and several police cars suddenly stopped by the side of the road. Immediately afterwards, a lawyer from the legal department got out of the black van and went straight to David Smith, apologizing. "I'm sorry, Mr. Smith, the traffic was heavy, so I'm late. The divorce agreement you wanted is ready. I also brought the police to deal with the Sunny Valley Private Preschool assault. Seeing the lawyer's respect for David Smith, Ethan's dad immediately cursed angrily, "You damn gold digger, you have a lot of tricks, you even hired actors to put on a show just to show off? You even called out Mr. Smith. Who do you think you are?" As he said that, Ethan's dad spat at David Smith. Other parents chimed in, acting as sycophants. "That's right, just a shameless gold digger, trying to set up a president persona? You think you can turn the tables just because you've charmed Ms. Smith? When Ms. Smith gets tired of playing with you, you can just wait to end up on the streets. You even have the nerve to call the police. This gold digger is asking for humiliation." David Smith ignored them, faced the police directly, and said seriously, "Officer, this group of people is spreading rumors, slandering, and beating me in public, and they are also instigating children to abuse my daughter, severing one of her toes. And they damaged and smashed my car and antique artwork worth hundreds of millions. I don't accept any mediation in this matter. Please handle it seriously." Hearing David Smith say this, the parents, who had been full of confidence, panicked instantly. But a few stubborn ones still shouted with confidence, "Don't be afraid, everyone. We're punishing an immoral affair partner and upholding justice. No one can do anything to us. That's right, we're defending the rights and interests of people in marriage. What's wrong with that? Everyone supports us." The onlookers immediately took sides, cheering them on. Encouraged by the crowd, the parents, who had just been a little flustered, immediately cheered up again. The police glanced at the smashed car and then at the daughter in David Smith's arms, frowning. "Riding in broad daylight, damaging other people's property and personal safety, is this what you call upholding justice?" After saying that, several police officers began to take pictures as evidence. Ethan's dad crossed his arms and said calmly, "Officer, the child is still young. It's normal that they can't tell the difference between right and wrong when they're playing around. As for the damaged property, those things were all bought by my wife. My wife's things are my things. What's wrong with me smashing my things?" The parents at the scene couldn't wait to speak up for him. "That's right, this man is just a gold digger who specializes in latching onto rich women. These things are all Ms. Smith's. Does Mr. Miller need to compensate others for smashing his own wife's things? Who does this trash think he is? A gold digger? What qualifications does he have to ask the real husband for compensation? He's crazy about money, he doesn't even want his face anymore." The police looked at Ethan's dad. "You said these things are all your wife's. What evidence do you have?" Ethan's dad grabbed Jennifer Smith's hand and said to the police, "My wife is right here. You can ask her if you don't believe me." "Honey, explain it to the police quickly." Jennifer Smith finessed Dad's hand as if she had encountered a plague god, and scolded coldly, "Get lost." Ethan's dad was stunned instantly, with a bewildered look on his face. He didn't understand how his wife, who had always been considerate and gentle, had suddenly become a different person. The others at the scene were also confused. What's going on? Under everyone's gaze, Jennifer Smith walked towards David Smith step by step. She came to David Smith, turning into a weak and boneless woman. Pouting her mouth and grabbing David Smith's sleeve, she sincerely admitted her mistake. "Honey, I'm sorry." Jennifer Smith apologized to David Smith in public and even called David Smith her husband. This scene simply blinded everyone's eyes. Everyone at the scene was stunned. Ethan's dad was even more dumbfounded, with an unbelievable look on his face. "What's going on? Mr. Miller, why is Miss Smith calling this gold digger her husband? What's their relationship?" The parents came back to their senses and asked Ethan's dad a soul-searching question. Ethan's dad's face was pale, as if he had suffered a huge blow. It took him a while to recover, and then he hysterically questioned Jennifer Smith. "Jennifer Smith, what the hell is going on? Why are you calling this gold digger your husband? Didn't you tell me that marriage is just a formality and told me not to care too much about it, as long as we love each other?" You said you were afraid of the pain of childbirth, and I accepted surrogacy. Now that the child is so old, you're calling someone else your husband in front of me? Ethan's dad's emotions were completely out of control, and he couldn't accept this fact at all. Didn't you say that you only have me in your heart? How could you lie to me? Say something. The more Ethan's dad spoke, the more agitated he became, grabbing Jennifer Smith's hand and shaking it constantly. Jennifer Smith Ethan's dad, and shouted sharply, "Shut up. Do you know that you are destroying my life?" Ethan's dad was staggered by Jennifer Smith, looking at this cold and ruthless woman in disbelief. He never dreamed that the woman he loved so wholeheartedly would have such a strange side. Jennifer Smith had no time to care about Ethan's dad's feelings at this time. She was just sweating for herself. She pinched David Smith's sleeve, swaying it gently, like a child who had done something wrong, and carefully said to David Smith, "Honey, I know I was wrong. Please forgive me this time." Jennifer Smith acted coquettishly with David Smith as usual, hoping that David Smith would be moved as always. David Smith looked at her expressionlessly, disappointed. "Jennifer Smith, before we got married, you promised me that you would only love me alone for the rest of your life, but what about the result?" David Smith pointed to Ethan's dad and continued, "You said you loved me, but you used my money to start another family outside? No wonder I suddenly ran into you on the road that rainy night, and you left alone without saying a word. No wonder you happened to come forward to help me out in the coffee shop that day, and you told me not to pursue the woman's slander, saying that she just misunderstood by accident. No wonder when I brought you home, you didn't show any shock when you knew my true identity. Now that I think about it, you must have been eyeing me for a long time, right? That car accident back then was your deliberate way to get close to me, right? You already knew about my family's situation, so you tried every means to attract my attention, using me as a stepping stone on your road to success, while using my money to support other men outside? Jennifer Smith, you are hiding deep. In the past, David Smith had always been immersed in Jennifer Smith's meticulous love for David Smith and had never doubted her at all. But it turned out that those moments that moved David Smith were all carefully planned by Jennifer S.M. It was too ridiculous. David Smith still thought that David Smith had found true love. David Smith regarded her as the most important person in his life. "Honey, I love you. I will handle this matter for you. I promise. There will be no next time. You believe me." Jennifer Smith's voice was very soft, pleading, as if she were really afraid of losing David Smith. Ethan's dad was furious and confused. He asked Jennifer Smith incomprehensibly, "Jennifer, what are you doing? Even if he is your husband, but this money and these things are yours, you are the CEO of Global Enterprises Incorporated. Why are you humbling yourself to this waste?" Jennifer Smith was so angry with Ethan's dad that she raised her eyebrows and shouted sharply, "Because everything I have was given to me by him." Hearing this, Ethan's dad and the parents present were all shocked. It wasn't until this moment that they realized that they had kicked a steel plate. David Smith glanced at these people indifferently and then said sternly to the police officer, "I'm going to take my daughter to treat her injuries. I will pursue this matter to the end today. Please handle it seriously." "Okay." The police nodded and quickly took all the people involved in the incident to the police station. Before leaving, David Smith told David Smith to bring the value certificates of all the damaged items, such as purchase invoices, as well as the injury reports of David Smith and his daughter, to the police station, and then they would be held accountable one by one. David Smith took his daughter to the hospital to treat her wounds. After suturing the wound on his daughter's foot, David Smith handed her over to Mary. Then David Smith took the report and information to the police station. Inside the police station, the parents who had been arrogant were now all frowning. The reason they had been so flattering to Ethan's dad before was that they thought Global Enterprises Incorporated was the property of Ethan's dad's parents. The Sunny Valley Private Preschool. Sunny Valley Private Preschool was also bought by their couple. That's why they were so flattering to Ethan's dad, all kinds of kneeling and licking and clinging. But now, the owner of Global Enterprises Incorporated, whom they thought was high and mighty, turned out to be the real affair partner. And David Smith, who had been humiliated and beaten by them, was the one they should be flattering the most. This made them feel as disgusting and uncomfortable as if they had eaten a fly. The way they looked at Ethan's dad one by one was as sharp as if they could kill someone. Ethan's dad had completely lost his soul at this moment, and he had suffered the biggest blow of his life. Not only did he have to face huge compensation, more importantly, he came today to beat a fair partner. He said that he hated a fair partner the most, but after all the trouble, he was the affair partner himself. His proud son had also become the most unbearable illegitimate daughter in his mouth. He couldn't accept this fact. The police checked the information David Smith brought one by one, and finally calculated that Ethan's dad and others had damaged and destroyed items worth $1.08 billion. As soon as they heard this number, everyone's faces changed in horror. How is this possible? Even if he's not a gold digger, he can't be that rich. Officer, don't be fooled by him. That's right, how can he have so much money at such a young age? I suggest you check the source of that money carefully. Maybe it's all dirty money. Yes, it must be money scammed from others. The parents were still not convinced and were still struggling to the death. They didn't believe that David Smith's money came from a clean source, and every word was slander. Hearing this, the police snorted coldly. We have just investigated. He is the son of the richest man, and his net worth is beyond your estimation. It's just that he is low-key, but his low-key has become your reason to be. Holy people! These words left everyone speechless. The police continued, the amount of money you have lost is enough for you to spend the rest of your lives in prison. Instead of doubting other people's identities here, you should think about how to compensate. After all, he has firmly stated that he will not accept any mediation. $1.08 billion, this is an astronomical figure for everyone present. They couldn't afford to pay, so they could only continue to act shamelessly. Several parents still spoke righteously, dissatisfied with David Smith. You have so much money, why are you targeting us? That's right, it's just a misunderstanding. Just explain it clearly. Is it necessary to force us to a dead end? Didn't you just smash a car and some collections? You are the son of the richest man, you won't be so stingy, and you still care about this little money with us, right? Yes, even if we beat you, aren't you doing well now? Is it necessary to be so stingy and still care about these things with us? They all said it with confidence, as if losing $1.08 billion and beating people in public was something that could be solved by just talking about it. Or rather, they thought David Smith was rich and David Smith wasn't beaten to death, so he should be a sucker and swallow this loss. David Smith sneered and said directly, "Weren't you very arrogant when you were smashing things and beating people? What do you mean you don't want me to care about you now? What? You can smash, but you can't pay? You were calling so happily when you were beating people, but now you're scared?" This group of parents who thought they were just seemed to be standing up for people in marriage. But in reality, they were trying to climb up the social ladder and gain benefits for themselves. If it were just smashing things, then maybe everything could be discussed. But they shouldn't have humiliated David Smith's daughter in public. His daughter was David Smith's bottom line. David Smith would never forgive them. Seeing that David Smith was not moved by anything, those parents finally panicked. They didn't dare to challenge David Smith anymore, but instead turned their anger towards Ethan's dad. "It's all your fault, you didn't figure out the situation, and you were talking nonsense in the group. That's right, you're a gold digger, a fair partner, but you slandered others and implicated us. You even said that the Sunny Valley Private Preschool, was your home. Are you worthy of being an affair partner? You made us offend people to please you. You pay for this money yourself. It has nothing to do with us. That's right, it's all your fault. You are responsible for this $1.08 billion. Don't even think about letting us share the money for you. Faced with the accusations from the parents, Ethan's dad finally came back to his senses and fought back unceremoniously. You bunch of dog-like wastes, you still have the nerve to talk about me? If you hadn't wanted to climb up the social ladder and kept encouraging me to make things bigger in the group, would I have done this? When you thought I was a rich man, you were so flattering to me, you couldn't wait to lick my shoes. But now that something happened, you're all turning your backs on me, right? With your lowly virtue, you were born to be dogs. None of you will be able to run away today. The parents and Ethan's dad argued endlessly. If the police hadn't stopped them in time, they would have almost fought. After a round of arguing, those parents began to defend themselves again. They all said that they didn't smash anything, it was all smashed by others. Everyone claimed that they didn't participate in the beating. Later, the police took out the surveillance footage from the Sunny Valley Private Preschool, gate. Under the surveillance of high-definition cameras, they closed their mouths and were speechless. Everyone could only compensate according to what they had done. Some people complained everywhere to ask for money in order not to go to jail. After selling everything they could and piecing together the money, they left dejectedly after completing the compensation. Some people received a divorce agreement from their other half because of this incident, and were also blacklisted by relatives and friends. They couldn't borrow money and could only be detained by the law. As for Ethan's dad, he was the most active in the entire smashing operation. He naturally had the most debt on his back. Faced with this huge compensation claim, Ethan's dad was helpless and could only turn his attention to Jennifer Smith. Jennifer, please help me for the sake of our childhood friendship. Even if I sell myself, I can't afford to pay so much money. Besides, what will happen to Ethan if I go to jail? Ethan's dad was in tears, pitifully. Jennifer Smith couldn't bear it, and after hesitating for a while, she looked at David Smith and begged, "Honey, we don't have to be so cruel, do we? Please give me some face for the sake of our many years of marriage, and don't bother with him." David Smith looked at Jennifer Smith coldly. "Give you face? Jennifer Smith, do you think you still have a face with me? The thought that I have been kept in the dark by your false feelings for many years of our marriage disgusts me. I have already drafted the divorce agreement. From today onwards, you and I will have nothing to do with each other." After saying that, David Smith looked at the police and added, "Officer, Ethan's dad not only smashed my car and collections, but also instigated his son to abuse my daughter and sever one of my daughter's toes. Please add this charge too." "Okay." After saying that, David Smith left without looking back. In this way, Ethan's dad and those parents who couldn't afford to pay the compensation were all sued and sent to prison. Lily Smith's teacher and the Sunny Valley Private Preschool, principal also apologized to David Smith in various ways afterwards. They said that they were deceived and confused. But David Smith knew that they were not apologizing because they realized their mistakes. It was because David Smith could decide whether they could keep their jobs. David Smith fired them both without hesitation. The entire Sunny Valley Private Preschool, was also closed and rectified by David Smith. To prevent more children from being treated unfairly in the Sunny Valley Private Preschool, David Smith insisted that every faculty and staff member must be strictly screened for character. It was forbidden for people like them who like to climb the social ladder to appear in the Sunny Valley Private Preschool, again. As for Jennifer Smith, she left with nothing by the agreement. It is said that Ethan's dad died less than a month after being imprisoned because he had a dispute with the other parents in prison. He was forcibly pressed into the toilet and drowned alive. And those parents were sentenced to life imprisonment for this crime. David Smith and his daughter went from a happy family of 3. It became a single-parent family of father and daughter who depended on each other. Although David Smith was not used to it, David Smith was still comfortable. Until one day, 2 years later, David Smith took his daughter out for a walk and saw a man with a ferocious face chasing a woman down the street with a belt. He chased and cursed, "You bitch, I'll let you cheat on me. I'll let you steal someone. I'll kill you today." The woman was chased so hard that she lost one of her shoes and didn't dare to look back. David Smith took a closer look. Wasn't that Jennifer Smith? It seemed that she had cheated again after remarrying. Sure enough, a dog can't change its nature.